Hey Scruffy, how you doing? So did you get caught in the rain? So it rained last night, and for maybe an hour or so, it rained pretty hard. So I looked out uh, here on the deck while it was raining hard. It was before midnight, and I didn't see him, so I think he got caught in the rain. Ready for dinner? Ready for some food? I got your meaty pate with real chicken, and I think it also has tuna. I forgot. So I saw Boots about an hour ago. Scruffy was sleeping on the table, and Boots was sneaking around near the water bowl. I tried to grab my phone, but by the time I got back, he had already moved on. So while I was looking out, he did see me. So it looked like he saw me. So he didn't seem particularly terrified or anything. He just kind of moving on like he owns the place. So I'm actually surprised he walked right past Scruffy, who was on the table. He was on the ground. Boots looks like a troublemaker. And since I've been seeing them in cat fights recently, I'm actually kind of worried for Scruffy there. Okay, Scruffy's moving back, so I guess I'll get the food. Okay, Scruffy. Okay, so I put the food on the table. It smells like somebody's doing laundry. It smells like dryer sheets to me. So put the water. Okay, so I'm gonna swap the water. So it looked like Boots looked at the water bowl. I don't know if he actually took a drink from it. But yeah, I think he's going to take over the entire area if I let him. So it's a good thing I don't leave out catnip or food. But Scruffy would probably get the food first, since he's always here. Okay, I got to get the glove on. So Scruffy's eager to start here. Okay, getting the glove on. And okay, here he comes. So I can't tell if Scruffy got caught in the rain or not. Fur's kind of messy, kind of sticking out. But I don't know if that's because of the rain or just the humidity or just because the way he sleeps. So I saw, he has some grooming artifacts there. So anyway, yeah, so last night I was looking for him, didn't see him. After the rain let up, after midnight or so, I saw him on the table. I left the kitchen dark, and I just grabbed my flashlight just to shine it out here to see if I could see Scruffy. And he was in the carrier, and he immediately saw the flashlight, or me. I'm not sure what he was looking at, probably the flashlight. And he kind of walked or dashed out of the carrier. So I don't know if he was really like in there or if he was just kind of like checking it out and then he was already leaving, and then when he saw the flashlight he bolted even faster, or if he actually makes that like a place that he rests now. That's the first time I've ever seen him in that carrier. It's on the table now. so I've never seen him inside of it. So I caught the little knots of hair on the glove. Basically, it's like a big obstacle, so if you stroke in a certain way, the glove hits it and then kind of stops. And so I think, yeah, he didn't like that too much because he seemed to react. See if I can get a better look at it. Picking up. So you see I'm moving around a little more, but he keeps pausing there. I get a little worried because in the past, yeah, he gets set off and scratch. So when he pauses, I try to also pause so he doesn't strike. But yeah, I'm feeling that knot. It's pretty hard. So yeah, I think he needs a bath wash or he needs to get that cut off because yeah, it's a pretty big mess. So anyway, I saw him on, yeah, so in the carrier, and he kind of bolted. And I left him alone. I think I came back like an hour later. Should have went to sleep, but I didn't. So, and then I saw him in the box with the blanket. And when I shined the flashlight, he was awake. He saw the flashlight. He was staring right at it. So it looked like I freaked him out with the flashlight. I'm guessing all he can see is a beam of light coming at him. Staring into headlights. So I turned it off and left. So I didn't want to I didn't want to alarm him anymore than I had to. So hopefully he went back to bed in the box or whatever. And so today, I think this afternoon I saw him sleeping near the railing, I think. So it stopped raining in the day, so the sun did come out. The weather has cooled down quite a bit. I was actually not expecting rain. I think I was expecting rain in a couple days, and this actually may have been on the weather report. I just might have forgotten. And the weather report kept changing, so I might have just forgotten it was there, and then maybe it went away, and then I didn't notice it came back. Okay, so we're getting close to time here, so I think finish this up and give him his food. And yes, so the wind has picked up also. So I wasn't sure how Scruffy would react today since he had to deal with both the rain and colder weather and more wind. But he seems to be about the same as yesterday. And I'm really surprised, yeah, the encounter with Boots didn't turn bad. I'm surprised, yeah, they didn't, hiss at each other. So I think Scruffy was asleep, but he woke up, like, I think right after Boots left. So maybe he wasn't really asleep, I don't know. Maybe he was playing possum. Scared of Boots? You should be. Boots is a big cat. Compared to you, especially. Okay, how do we get you your food, okay? Okay, they've gone a little over. Okay, how about we get your food, okay? So, got the medium pate with chicken, maybe tuna, and kibble, of course. And I'm getting low on the meow mix. I gotta refill the container I use. So I have more crooklyn in there tonight. So yeah, his tail's a little more. A little harder to get through with the brush. A little bit of resistance there, but tolerated it. So good job. I'm gonna switch brushes now. So as I was saying, yeah, he was sleeping, I think, near the railing, kind of midday afternoon, and then say maybe an hour and a half before dinner, I saw him on the table again, and he was first sleeping just kind of in the middle of the table. Not quite on the, yeah, he wasn't on the white comforter. He's like right off of it, so I guess he doesn't like that comforter I put out. And then I think like a half hour later, he disappeared, and I was looking around, didn't see him. And then then I noticed, yeah, he had moved behind the sun oven, and he was in such a position where it was really hard to see him from the kitchen window, so that's why I didn't see him. So I had to like really look from like the edge of the window to see him. And so he's sleeping behind the sun oven, and then I think a little bit later, that's when I saw Boots. Unfortunately, yeah, I didn't get the footage of that. And so Boots was snooping around near the water bowl, turned the corner here, and saw Scruffy was still on the table. Looked like he was sleeping, but then I think, yeah, Scruffy got up right after Boots left. So, or woke up, didn't really move. So I'm not sure if they can detect each other, sense each other. But, I'm sure Boots was making trouble. Okay, I'm done with the brush. So I don't know if Boots is going to mark his territory or not. And I don't know if Scruffy and Boots saw each other, what the reaction would be. I'm kind of worried for Scruffy, since Boots seems pretty aggressive. Big. According to my neighbor, it sounds like Boots gets in a lot of fights. So Scruffy's been around, so I'm assuming his strategy is good, basically run like hell. because he's such a coward. But I'm sure that served him well. I need him to be a little bit braver, because he misses out on food and other bonuses because he's such a coward. I'm on a bike ride again today. So it's my first bike ride in several days. So I think, I did the intervals yesterday. I had a rest day. No, it wasn't a rest day. It was a recovery day the day before. And then I think the day before that I did a run. And so the day before that I did a bike ride. So since it rained, I didn't want to get mud all over me and all over my bike. So I took one of my alternate routes that keeps me on pavement entirely. But it also keeps me near traffic, so I'm not a big fan of that, but it's always trade-offs. So I climbed the usual mountain peak that I go to. It's part of my standard route. So this alternate route takes me a completely different way, and I go up the opposite direction of the mountain. And then I decided to do it twice. So once I got there, I'd then go back down and then circle back around through the park and back up the mountain, and then go back down one more time and leave. And so I saw some other bicyclists. I think they're doing the exact same thing, but they went in the opposite direction of me. And so we kept passing each other. It's kind of funny. So I recognized them because they both were had pretty distinct flashing front lights. So I'd say definitely less than half the bikes here use daylights, day running lights, especially in the front. And so if I see them, usually it kind of sets them off, it sets them apart. And I actually have one too. Mine's a little different. So most of the front lights they dual as both a see me light and a headlight. So if you're in the dark, you can see. I don't really like those for day running because they use too much energy. And I'm bad about always recharging. So they only make them rechargeable now. They don't use batteries anymore, which kind of annoys me to some extent, because I actually prefer the batteries because I don't like having to remember to recharge all the time. And then they're usually permanent batteries, so when the battery finally dies, doesn't charge anymore, you gotta throw the whole thing away. And these lights aren't that cheap in my opinion, so I'm not a big fan of those. So instead of, since I don't usually ride at night, I found a very odd day running light. It's almost exactly like a rear light, except it's white instead of red. And so it has kind of this same, kind of similar blinking patterns, and it's not nearly as bright as a front light, but it only takes like I think they're 2 AAA batteries. It's actually not quite as bright as my rear light, which does kind of annoy me a little bit. I'd really like the one that is as bright as the rear lights. But This is probably the best. This is the best I've been able to find. It's not a rechargeable nighttime running light. So basically, it has like 4 patterns: like fully on, 1 pattern of blinking, and then there's another pattern of blinking, and then there's like a Night Rider back and forth pattern. So I have that on my bike. So they probably recognize me because I'm probably the only one in town that has like that light. Because I stumbled upon it just by complete accident on Amazon, and you actually have to buy it as a pair. So it actually does come with the rear light that's exactly like it, except it's red instead of white. And so you have to buy both of them. I don't think that red light is particularly good, so I don't use it. But because I said, yeah, it's not bright enough in my opinion. Like I have much better. There are much better rear lights you can get that are still battery powered. So. I'm wondering if Boots has been the one using the scratcher. So I don't know how often Boots comes back here. So Scruffy's going to park just out of sight there. Honestly, yeah, if he's going to be that hard to look at, I think I'm just going to clean up here. Okay, folks, I think I'm just going to call it a night. I'm going to cook dinner. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.